Hello guys. So UPSC Prelims results are out, and I know many of you have a very difficult day today, and of course the day filled with disappointment, and you have a lot of questions in mind about the future and that uncertainty. But before anything else, let me tell you one thing. If you have not cleared this year's prelims, you have to take a moment and understand something very important. A result is just an outcome. And it is not your identity, it is not your potential, and certainly it is not the final verdict on your life. So today, I don't want to talk about examination or strategy or question decoding or anything. I want to tell you, what comes after the examination, because that's what really matters now. Let's be honest, guys. Many aspirants, of course, they felt that this year paper was unpredictable, random, unusual. All these are true, right? But still, whether the paper was fair or unfair, that's no longer going to change the result now. The result is already declared, and you're not part of this. And at this stage, the most important question is not going to be like what UPSC did, what should UPSC have done, is it fair or unfair? No, we don't want to ask those questions at this point of time. The most important question that you have to ask yourself is, what should I do now? Because ultimately, this is my future, right? Because our future completely depends on what we do next and not on what happened yesterday. So, see, life does not always reward the effort immediately. There are some people, few people get the reward immediately. In fact, one lesson life teach repeatedly is we do not always get what we deserve immediately. Sometimes we work hard and succeed. Some people are lucky also to get success like that first attempt and all. Sometimes we work hard and still fail, right? That doesn't mean your effort is meaningless. And UPSC is an exam where even if you work hard, even if you give everything that you have, still that uncertainty is there. And it is not a guarantee that you will clear that exam. So that doesn't mean, your effort is meaningless. It simply means that life does not always operate according to our wish, our timeline, and our expectation, right? Lot of things, are going to be mattered here, right? And if you take any scenarios in life, any field, if you take, there are examples: history, different careers, businesses. If you take, right, how many successful people are there and how many got success immediately? Sports, if you take, and even personal life also. These are full of examples where success arrived later than expected. That delay, that does not invalidate the effort. It only tests persistence, and UPSC preparation is one of the biggest test of persistence. There is a very famous saying, and the full of that is actually not required. Hard times create strong people. And I want you to be strong, right? And strong people create good times. This is enough for me. Rest of it, that is like good. Then again, good times create weak people. Weak people create hard times. That you leave it. This is hard time for you. And this have to make you strong. And that strong you have to create good times. That's how it should be. I'll show you one video of mine only, just to give some kind of motivation. I don't know whether you'll get it. Right, let me show you one video. I got detected with colon cancer, and then I recovered from that. And the way I look like now, I was not like this. I was just 48 kg. Just let me show you one video, and then let's talk about that.
When I felt unstoppable, I was strong, I was muscular, and I became Mr. Kerala. And then one day, everything changed. I got diagnosed with cancer. The surgeries, the treatments, and the chemo that pushed me into the hardest battle of my life. I wasn't fighting for success anymore. I was just fighting to survive. And my weight dropped from 90 kilograms to just 48. The muscles disappeared, the strength is gone, and even my confidence completely gone. There were days I couldn't recognize the person in the mirror. The physical pain was difficult, but the mental battle was even harder. The fear, the depression, the uncertainty. I kept asking myself, will I ever be strong again? But life taught me one powerful lesson. You fall, you rise. You fall again and you rise again. And I have seen the highest of highs in my life. I have also seen the lowest of lows in my life also. The recovery was not that easy, but I refused to give up. I studied health, recovery and performance. Step by step, my energy returned, my body responded, my hope came back. Today, I'm still learning, still growing, and still fighting to become better because growth never ends. Cancer took a lot from me, but it also taught me something priceless. No matter how many times life knock you down, you can always rise again. And this is only the beginning.
Right, guys. So, what I want to tell you is, even in your UPSC life also, you'll face, tough times, and that should make you strong. And if you are strong, that automatically give you good time. So every aspirant eventually face some kind of adversity. So it can be in prelims. That may be the case with you now, right? Or it can be in mains also. You have cleared prelims, you may not clear mains, and sometimes it may be in the interview. So that's different, stages are different, but the challenges are same. But so the real question is how you're going to respond to this setbacks, right? Because character is not built during success, and the mental strength is not built during success. Character, mental strength, resilience, and everything is actually built during the setback. So, after any setback, there are two possible responses. You remain stuck in frustration. Think about my situation. If I just remain there by, thinking that it's over, then what would have been? Will I ever be able to talk like this again? No, right? Second response, you ask yourself, what can I improve now? What can I do now? So the second approach is the only approach which is going to be useful for you. So even if the paper was difficult, it can be. Even luck played a role in this. Maybe. Even if external factors also mattered, there may still be areas where you can improve. Identify that. It could be breadth of your knowledge, it could be conceptual clarity, it could be in terms of your vocabulary or your analytical ability, recognizing the pattern, decision making. So that improvement should become your focus now. It is not, going to blame your mentor or your coaching institute or your UPSC itself. No. So every aspirant now must answer one question honestly. The answer depends upon where you are in the journey now. So if you have fewer attempts, right, if you still have sufficient attempt remaining and genuinely if you want to continue, then you have to continue. One difficulty here that does not define your UPSC journey. So this preparation itself is a long-term process. The more time goes, the mature you get, you also evolve according to the demand of the question. So in that case, a single setback is not a reason to quit from this. But if you have already invested multiple attempts, then you should seriously think about a plan B. You cannot simply look at this alone, right? That doesn't mean that you're going to leave UPSC. I never said that. It means you have to create some kind of security. So you build some skills, create alternatives, build some skill. It can be any skill, a digital marketing or any simple skill which give you confidence, or trading, right? That can reduce your anxiety also. So when you have a strong backup plan, that in fact improve your UPSC preparation because that remove the fear. You have the confidence. So I've seen the aspirants perform better when survival is not at stake. When you have that, increase your confidence also. So the biggest lesson is not about the cutoff this year. The biggest lesson is about preparation. The paper highlighted something very important. Broad knowledge matters. Conceptual understanding matters. Pattern recognition matters. Many aspirants prepare only for expected questions, but the future, what is going to be? It is going to reward those who can think beyond expected questions. Therefore, your preparation must have to be broader and not narrower. Right? See, why the broad knowledge is becoming important. Think about how intelligence work. When we have a wide knowledge base, our brain begins to connect ideas, and it begin identifying patterns, and it begin in fact making intelligent judgments even in uncertain situations. So that's exactly why when the broad reading is there, you are in a position to connect many things, and that's exactly what the demand. Not because every fact is going to be asked in the paper, but because broad reading actually improve your thinking and that connecting power and logical thinking and efficiency in improving, picking the right answer. And future examinations, in fact, can increasingly reward that thinking rather than, the rote memorization. It can even be tougher. So UPSC is evolving. You also have to evolve. You have to change, right? Next 6 months, that's going to be critical. In fact, the most important stage, next 6 months. This is, in fact, a biggest opportunity for you because, see, after December and January, you will be, busy with again prelims revision, economy revision, polity revision, environment revision, current affair revision, taking test series and mock test and all those. That cycle again begin for prelims, and the time available for genuine improvement will be limited at that time. Therefore, this 6 months, this June to December, this is a time that you should be using for skill building, the conceptual understanding if you are missing that, reading widely and broader, your analytical thinking, and your mains preparation also to be done. As if you have cleared prelims, you have to prepare for your mains. Your optional should be done. Your GS mains should be done. And you have to write actual UPSC paper as and when the mains happen that evening itself. You should be in a position to give that exam. That's how you should do. But the problem with this phase is many students feel lost after this result. Why? Because there is no immediate deadline now. So, especially if your prelims is near, then there is an urgency. But now when you see prelims is 1 year away, or when mains is near, you will have an urgency. That's why I told you, treat this mains as the mains that you're going to write. Think as if you have cleared the prelims and write the mains along with them. So you are in the process, you are in the cycle. And then by the time mains is over, then it is going to become, December, January. So urgency is not there means you're not going to do anything. That is why this phase is very important. This phase actually feel uncertain because you don't have any urgency. Your prelims is going to come in May. And that uncertainty, if you have, that create inconsistency also. And you feel like, taking leave, taking breaks, going for a trip and all those. So that is why I want you to have the goal that you are going to write this mains as if you cleared this prelims. And you will be writing mains on that very same day UPSC mains after you getting that question paper after the real exam. And you have to create a deadline for the mains. You write that mains. And December deadline also. One of the most practical solution. You have to create an artificial and meaningful target. That is your mains. You're going to write mains. So you make yourself that I'm going to prepare for mains as if I've cleared prelims. Or by December, I'll become mains ready. Not by December, this mains itself. And that changes everything. If you are going to write mains as if you cleared prelims, that changes everything. And then you are in the cycle again. You're not losing the momentum also. You have a clear target. You have a clear timeline. Your friends are also writing the mains. In that case, you will also go with them. You have a clear direction. Taking the test series, take the test series as if you cleared prelims. Write the mains. And then if you have that direction, if you have the target, if you have the timeline, if you don't have that uncertainty, if you have that urgency, then your mind performs better because you have a deadline, right? So your target should be very simple. You have to write the mains as if you cleared prelims. Your target should be becoming mains ready, not prelims ready, right? Not collection ready, not resource ready. You have to be mains ready by mains. That means everything: answer writing, essay writing, optional preparation, value addition, current affairs, analytical thinking, everything, test series. Everything should move towards that goal, right? Then your goal is also equally very clear, right? By December, you will also have, if you are looking for a plan B as well, improving the skill. By December, you should build an employable skill. As I told you, it could be digital marketing. You have AI and AI can help you in anything, or trading or anything. Create a financial security, reduce career anxiety, create independence. Whether it is digital skill or it could be any professional certification, employment opportunities, entrepreneurship, or tuition, or coaching class, teaching, mentoring. If you have any problem, get in touch with us. We have a lot of mentorship opportunities. You can mentor them. The goal remains the same. You become stronger by December. Right? And for the last few weeks, in fact, many aspirants have experienced after the prelims frustration, anger, disappointment, uncertainty, and everything. All of that is normal. But now comes the important decision. Now, will that energy become negativity or improvement? The answer determines the next phase of your journey. In fact, you are disappointed. I know you are angry, you are frustrated. Use that disappointment as fuel. That should not be your excuse. Only fools, only losers will make that as an excuse. And be the best version of yourself during this time. The challenge for you over the next 6 months is simple. Every day, if you can improve 1%, 100 days means 3 months is enough for you to be the best version of you. You double your efficiency, your knowledge, your skill. You don't want to be a perfect version. You just double where you're standing now. 200 day, you become 4 times. You don't want to become the perfect. You don't want to become the ideal version. Just better version of what you're today. 1% better tomorrow, 2% better day after tomorrow, 100% better after 100 days. So read better, think better, write better, learn better, and consistently improve. See, I don't want you to be 100% improved tomorrow. A small improvements which are accumulated for the 3 months, that's 100% improvement. Small improvement which is accumulated for 6 months, that is in fact 200% improvement. Or it becomes 4 times. So, guys, what happened has already happened. The result is already out. The paper is over. The debate is also over. Right? The focus now have to shift. Understand where you're standing. So now it's time to shift from frustration and from disappointment to action. That disappointment to growth, personal growth, from uncertainty to proper preparation. See, life will always test us. That's why I have shown that video. Sometimes through failure, sometimes through delay. It's just a matter of maybe 1 year, sometimes through unfair situations like the one which I have gone through. But every difficult phase that give you a choice, either to become bitter or to become stronger. And what you need to choose. Choose a strength, choose a growth, choose improvement. And 6 months from today, by December, make sure you are in a better position than you are today. I want to see you as 4 times improved version of what you are today after 6 months. Because see, ultimately, success belongs to those who continue moving forward even when circumstances are difficult. So just keep moving forward. Just keep improving 1% a day. That's it. That's enough. And see what is happening after 3 months. Because this get accumulated. That's the same for everything. Life also, UPSC preparation also, muscle building also. Everywhere it is the same. So see you guys. Thank you so much.